Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival, what is definitely the final creative session until we get on with the actual survival playthrough. Because the big, well, a little bit of housekeeping first, I suppose. The big announcement is Empyrion is going to be releasing it's going to be taking Alpha 12 out of experimental and into the main release on the 15th, I believe. I'm actually recording this on the day I'm releasing this video, which I never do. So that's good. So it comes out in a few days. I'll get a chance to actually play it myself on Wednesday after I've finished work on Tuesday. So I'll probably give it a go then, assuming it is out then. If not, at least there's a few days for them to work on it because you never know what happens, right? I mean, Phase 5 got delayed by a good week or two, didn't it? So fingers crossed it does come out when they say it will come out, when they hope it comes out on the 15th. If not, at least there's a few days leeway. So we should be seeing in a week's time the start of my Alpha 12 playthrough. So that's the big announcement, really. And number 2 is in regards to blueprints. So yesterday, this went out on the workshop, the Tyramid Lawless class. Basically just a souped-up version of the Tyramid that I've used in my playthroughs before. It falls within the CPU limits. You may have come across this already, so I won't spend much time on it. But today, this will have come out by the time this video goes up. The Scuttlebug Mark II, which is the all-new hover miner where you drill down like that. I think I still need to signal up I want to signal up the spotlights to the turret, but maybe I'll just leave it all as it is, so it's nice and bright. I think it's fine as it is, actually. So yeah, it's all ready to go. Looking pretty awesome. I'm really happy with how this has come out. Maybe a little bit chunky and plain on this side here. Perhaps I could have had this come down a little bit more, or this stick out a bit more. But it'll do. It'll do. I think people are looking for this. I've had a comment in regards to the Scuttlebug in one of my in the last week's video, actually. So yeah, this is going to be out today. This will be out now. I'll put a link as well in the description as well. Same with the Tyramid 2 in case you are interested in that. But today I've had a request to look at the Saracen, something that I was looking on in, I believe it was part 4. I believe I built all the way up to sort of this section here, kind of up to this bit, which was probably the most difficult part to build, because obviously that's the kind of, you get the main shape of it, like how it's going to sort of plan out. And yeah, I kind of got a bit carried away and ended up building the entire thing. At least the main bits in the outside, and even in the inside as well. I've obviously just done a very, very quick bit of colouring and texturing, and I'm not too sure what I think of it, to be honest. Is this light blue any good? I feel like from this angle it kind of looks alright, actually, kind of the light and dark blue contrast. I might do some things with lines, like, hang on, let me bring the texture tool back, with these sorts of lines here, maybe like double lines sort of connecting all of the turrets up. One here, maybe they can come over like this. It's a possibility. It's a possibility, just to give it a little bit of extra flavour. I like all the lighting as well, with the texturing, so at night I think this thing's going to look pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty well lit externally in terms of just the texturing. I might even do some more, for instance. In fact, we can do this now. We can actually get started. So if I go for some nice bright, yeah, what do you think? 2 white triangles, or maybe do we make them blue as well? That barely seemed to have made a difference, but you know what? Yeah, we'll keep it like that because it matches the rest of it. So I guess we'll keep that. A bit unusual. Let me actually, since you probably already had a look at the back part of it, this here, it took a long time to get right. I mean, even now it looks a bit odd, a little bit clunky. Let's switch it back to day, actually. There you go. Yeah, up here was okay. I actually, for the first time ever, for the artillery turrets, I used a block that I've never used before. Go to... what am I looking for? I'm trying to complete... there we go, that's what I'm looking for. Steel blocks. Where's combat steel? Why don't I see combat? Whatever, we'll just bring out the old... oh, there it is, combat steel. Of course, because it's hover vessel only. I used for the first time ever, I believe it was, must be in the connecting blocks, the one with the little end bit. Why am I drawing a blank? Oh, here we go, it's right up here. These blocks. I've never used these before, so this was a first, but yeah. Basically, just you have these corner bits here, that's this. So that's it right here. This block is one of these. And then Halsey had it coming out, and then on top sat the artillery turrets, so I think that's turned out alright. There's a lot about this that I quite like. I quite like the shape of it, generally speaking. I think that's turned out okay. But yeah, it's just the texturing. Like, I don't think this... I kind of wanted to do something different on the side bit here, but I'm not too sure about that at all. I think that's probably going to go. But today I really want to look at the interior, because I've not really done anything to it. So let me give you a little tour of the inside. So here we go. So you come in here, you've got double doors here. You've got fridge there, med station there. This side you've got another fridge, for whatever reason, symmetry sake, I suppose. You've got an O2 station as well as an armor locker. I am interested in maybe putting another cargo box somewhere, maybe here, which could be used in conjunction with the armor locker. Might be a good idea. Alternatively, maybe I put the O2 station here. O2 station right by the entrance could be good, and then maybe a big cargo box there to complement the armor locker. That might be better. You've got your container controls. As you can see, these are all the container extension blocks. They kind of run around everywhere here. And there's one on the other side. They both have 10,250, which is plenty of storage. So behind this bit here, you've got this section here, which leads down and into the bridge area. You've got a clone chamber here, and then you would just come in here to actually pilot the vessel. Also put in a passenger seat as well. But up above, you've got these two shutter doors for a drone hatch. So, oh really? There we go. So it's possible to do. I don't know why it came out there, but yeah, there you go. You've got a drone hatch, so you can go and do whatever you need to do from the comfort of your own vessel. So that's pretty good. I might put a switch on the wall to signal both of them, just to make it a little bit easier for the user. But yeah, and then from here, this is kind of the only bit you're really going to use. The rest of it is kind of just flair and decoration. So you probably saw from the outside there's windows up here, so you've got this narrow corridor that comes up. Just watch the spiky bits coming out. Yeah, and just this little sort of lookout area here, which really is just for decorative sake. And then down here, you've got into the sort of bowels of the ship where everything runs. I think this could look really cool when it's all textured up. So that is pretty nice. You've also got more storage here. This is just a regular old container controller, so it'd be more of a sort of loot thing. As you see there, 2,400. Not really a lot, but it's something. I may even get rid of this if I want more CPU to do other stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, you can see you've got a lot of the important parts of the vessel here. You've got a shield generator core, the CPU extensions. Most of your generators are here, but you've got other ones. In fact, since we're here, if we go across here, you can take a look at where we are in the ship here. So these are all critical parts here. So when you're attacking a base, they're going to go for the targets that are closest. Basically, everything forward of about here. I didn't realize I put extra thrusters on the inside here. But everything forward of about here, really, is arguably expendable. This entire front section here is almost like a massive bumper. It's got they're going to go for these two turrets first, probably the GATs as well. That's just the way enemy POIs are programmed. And they're going to go for these generators. These are basically bait generators. They serve no real purpose other than to draw fire. So they'll not go for anything else first. They're going to go for those generators down here. So what I might actually do, layer up a little bit more combat steel as well while on here. So we need that space there, so we'll put this here, this here, this here, this here. How's the CPU? We're right at the end. Look at that, 99958. So that is excellent. So there you go, a little bit of extra combat steel for them to get through. Got more generators here, those are also expendable. And they've got a bit of combat steel as well, covering it. all over. So yeah, they're going to go for all of that first is the idea. So you just face the POI and you just fire. Even when you lose shields, just let it all get crumpled up all the way up to about this point here. Once you get to about this point here, you need to start thinking, okay, they're going to start reaching critical components such as the pentaxid tank here, which I might actually put back one. In fact, that is much better. Let's actually go pentaxid tank there. Delete. Where are you? There we go. Oh, it was fine before. That's the stuff. And here we're going to go combat steel like so. We'll leave it as beam spike. Sure. I've actually lost because we took out a fuel generator. Sorry, not a fuel generator, a fuel tank. Not a massive amount, but when idle, 3 and a bit hours, that's okay. But yeah, you can lose everything up to about here. Yeah, you lose a wireless, you lose 2 wireless. I've got 2 wireless, whatever. You lose your detector as well. Because we don't really need both wireless, so might as well get rid of that. It's just eating up CPU and it's already expensive enough. So yeah, up to here. Even then, you could lose the pentaxid tank. You've still got a number of generators here, but once you get to this point here, you can afford to lose a few generators, but yeah, it's going to start getting out of it. You're going to start losing performance, but they're probably going to go for these turrets first anyway. So all of this here is basically expendable, which is really nice. So that's the plan, is that you can just face this against a POI, let it take all the hits while the artillery turrets and the rest of the plasma turrets do all the damage. But anyway, back to the inside. What are we up to here? So, I want to start texturing, and I was thinking about how to do this. Obviously, I'm not too sure if I'm going to keep this colour, but I'm not going to make the inside really reflect the outside. So, I know there's lots of blue here. That's just because I chose to do all the inside texture, the entire blocks, just to make it easier to begin with. Anyway, let's grab some regular steel blocks. I don't really want to use carbon, that's all, so we're going to probably do something a little bit like this. May want to use symmetry mode. I'll probably whip that out in a moment. No, that's not the one I'm looking for, that's the one I think I'm looking for. Except the other way around. Nope. What am I doing? I'm being an absolute pillock, I am. That's the one. There we go. Do something more. Yes. Yeah, that's better. And yeah, do you know what? I think bringing the O2 tank over here is a little bit better. The O2 station. It's just you can quickly come in, grab it, and off you go. And then here, if we get a cargo, kind of just for armor, grab a big one. Like that, or do you want to have it like this, because that one looks... Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? So those are sort of connected, you've got all that extra storage for your armor locker, because that isn't very much, you know, yeah, depending on what planet you're on, really. You might want to go for all the armor mods, you might want to go for jump pack mods, you might be on a very hostile planet and need to add a lot of radiation mods, potentially, so yeah, you want to have some storage there. So I think that's good. Possibly a weapons locker as well. Where would I put that? Maybe in here? That might be what I do, actually. But anyway, let's take a quick look at what colours I might be using. I was thinking of going for a dark blue for the floor, or for like the... I think I might go for white or silver, a sort of colour. Perhaps this one that... I overuse it. Oh, hello. No thanks. It's a bit overused, to be honest with you. Do something like that, and then go for... Let's try this blue out. And if we go for this bit here... I've used this before recently. I used it for the legacy, actually. But that's fine. Okay. And then the floor here is going to be... do you know what? Let's try out this. A bit simple, but might be good enough, actually. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring on symmetry mode. It's working. Doesn't always work. But when it does, it is great. Okay. And yeah, you're the right colour already. How's that work? Whatever. Down here, I think we'll again bring out the... Yeah, that's okay. And I might sort of decorate the bottom section here with this blue. Have that go all the way around here. Yeah, that might be quite good, actually. That's not a bad call. I should point out as well, there's a lot of, what do you call it, extra armor lag shot, is that it? So basically, even if they get a clean shot through here, and the game glitches out for a moment, you've still got the lag shot here. I don't know if that necessarily applies to hover vessels, but I suppose it does actually. So I've just tried to consider every angle in terms of where this is. So, sorry, this is the passenger, the pilot seat rather. So even if they shoot from up here, because this kind of looks a bit weak, but you've got this little guard here through the window, then through this block as well, you'd have to get through. Plus, because it's so low down, you have to get through the floor section too. So actually, there isn't really a great way to attack. And up here you've got the artillery turrets, plus all these layers of steel too. So I'd like to think I've kind of considered it okay. I might make this midsection here completely white, like if we do it... I had an idea the other day where maybe if I make this section blue, I just have it go along the ground like that, because then it comes up here. Maybe we could do the same for that side, so let's give this a go. As for the... Wait. Thank you. Maybe we just make this completely plain. How does that seem? It's acceptable. Yeah. It'll do. I think this will do for now. And then come back down here, but then this midsection here we'll use the blue. I'm going to need to change that actually. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely going to need to be changed, but that's okay. Maybe this colour isn't the right colour to use. Perhaps we go with the lighter. Maybe we do. I think we are going to have to go for... Not because of the lightness, I think it just needs a bit of texturing because it looks a little bit too plain. So perhaps if we go for like a heavier grey there instead. Do you know what, that is marginally better. It's better. It's... don't do that. Yeah, that's gonna do. That's better. So many times you have to go back on yourself, but that's just how building works, doesn't it, in this? You all make mistakes all the time. I can't even go back and look at some of my old builds, they're just so bad. This looks a bit weird. There we go, that's better. Okay. I'm happy enough with that, actually. Let's start at the top as well, so we've got the floor here, that's okay. What are we going to do about all of this, though? This is all a bit basic, isn't it? I may want to configure, so luckily it's got its own configuration. So what I think I'm going to do is copy this one. We're not going to use, what are we definitely not going to use? Probably one of these purple, I'm not going to use this purple colour, I don't think. So let's do something with that. Let's paste over it with this. Take a look at the difference between these two. Okay, I think we want it to be a little bit lighter, but not quite this light. So, wait, that light. Wait, I don't get it. Copy. Oh no, undo. Undo, 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 undo. I know what I've done. I've done that the wrong way round. So copy, paste, make it lighter. Okay. Okay. That's alright. Yeah, that's actually, that'll work. We can make this work, I think. I think we're going to go for the old... I just want to use anything else. I wish there were more textures. Yeah, this one, we'll keep it the same as the outside, although it'd be nice if it kind of tempted to line up. It's like it went at. I feel like I could have just... I don't know. Anyway. There we go, that's better. Yeah, this looks alright, and then behind these bits here... That's fine, I'll do. Yeah, really just the back bits here. Okay, I guess I don't need to worry about that. No, I do actually. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Have it your way. Oh, that was weird. That took a long time to go. Alright. There we go, that'll do. And then as for these pipes here, we'll go back to our dark blue. And we'll give it the old... This way or this way? Never use it this way. I think we will do it this way, yeah. Because I felt the colour that we had in the clone chamber was acceptable. But let's look at the floor here. Probably, once again, do we want to use... I want to make it a different texture to that. So I guess if we go for this, what have I got it up there? Oh no, I've got the silver one. I think maybe we'll go for the silver. Yeah. Bring out the old clone chamber, there it is. Make you dark blue, or mid blue. Yeah. Yeah, it'll do. It'll do. And as for the walls here, do we maybe want to bring in something on the side here, like this? Do I want it to curve up, perhaps? Why is it always that one that comes out? I never understood that. Here's the one that you're less likely to use, at least I think anyway, but I guess it's just a matter of perspective. How's that? No, that's awful. Not what I'm looking for. Like the blue here. Yeah, that's okay, that's okay. Okay. As for this main walls here, maybe if we just go for... We'll continue this sort of silver trend if we can. Let's get out of this mode. It's just a little bit lighter, but it's not completely white. That's what I like about it. So, yeah, you know what? Let's just have everything. Why are you that one? Ah. There we go. And there. Fantastic. Except for you, you look ridiculous. Oh, what are you doing? Alright, symmetry mode off. Clearly, symmetry mode is a little bit... does have its moments where it will not cooperate. Oh, I actually messed it up here. It's all me. Fine. I'll take the fall on that one. No, I'm doing it all wrong. I'm just not even looking at what I'm doing. For goodness sake. I'm going to come back to you. I can't. Right. We're going to need to go back into it here. Wait, what's that? Okay, that's fine. Yes. Like so, like that, like this, like that. You doing the same? Good. Very good. Alright. Moving on. Let's continue this. What about the ceiling? Do I make the ceiling the same? Possibly. Most likely. Problem is, I don't want it the same as the floor. There's just so little choice. Actually, do you know what? It's not so bad. Well, it depends because... Okay, that is all. Yeah, you know, that's fine. We can have this as... I don't know, that. Too short. Can we go back to this one, please? What are you? You're just regular steel, aren't you? Yeah, so you'd have to be something else. Pipe work. Is that a bit... Okay, you're the wrong way. That is inconvenient. But I think that's okay, actually. That might have been a slightly different shade. That's actually alright. To be honest. Maybe go for the darker one, though. Yeah. Just to offset it a bit. Yeah. And over here, maybe you could be... that colour there. Yeah, okay, that's not so bad. Getting there. A little bit at a time. For now, I'm just going to leave this like that, I reckon. I'm going to change a lot of this anyway. Well, not a lot of it, I'm just going to... I'll add to it. I'll add to it. As for the roof, how do we raise the roof? Not too sure, but I feel like working on up here now. So let's go ahead and match up this section here. There we go. That section there that looks alright actually. As for this bit, we're going to go for the industrial look. I think. Make it look like it's... Yeah, that's alright. Why did you not work? It's just very strange. Okay. That's good. As for this bit here, I don't know if maybe we want to do like a... Oh no. See, I hate the way it does that as well. Okay, so that bit can be like that, but this has to be something else. Not too sure what, and I don't want to use that one again. Always with the same textures. Let's see if we do something like this. I don't know. Maybe with this wall here we actually... a slightly different one. We can run with this for now. We've got like a little vent there. I quite like that. It doesn't even line up. Don't know. Not even gonna question it. Okay, yeah, you can stay as blue. I may want to do something. Let's do something interesting in this midsection here. Perhaps switch over here. I can't really think of anything that would work. Just like to do something down the middle here. In that same colour of blue. Yeah. It'll do. Okay. As for these fridges, let's try getting away from me. Gotcha. Bingo. Alright. So it's looking pretty plain, to say the least. Alright, let's go ahead and finally sort this mess out. These messes I keep making. There we go. That's more like it. Not that it's staying like this. See, that's why it doesn't work. I don't think it can all have it all the same like that. That's just going to have to be like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. It's got that nice curve to it, so I think, yeah, that's better. Definitely. Definitely. What about this bit here? We're going to do something nicer with the lighting. Perhaps having this running up. Yeah, maybe. What about here, though? What do we want to do for this section? I don't know. I mean, going down here, we probably want... I think I like this again. In fact, maybe like this down there. And we do something a little bit more off the wall. I like the pipes, actually. Yeah, going down here. That's alright, and then maybe we bring it up a little bit. Something like this. And these top bits here, I'd like to make kind of all the same. Perhaps we go with that again. Possibility. Maybe... I don't really use stuff like this, do I? I mean, is that a bit random? Actually, do you know what? Gives it a bigger sense of space than I think it actually is. Because there's not a lot of space, but because those squares are so small, I definitely would say it looks a lot bigger than it actually is. So we're gonna go with this. Especially since you've got these lines down the bottom, so... As you come around here, this is not a lot of room. Because of all the different textures, but it's not too overboard, at least I don't think so. And it keeps missing ones out. Is that? I wonder if the game's just lagging out there. Are you there? Maybe you are. I'm there. Hello, wake up. Right. Over here. We're all in line with that, so no, we need to make all this. Something. But what do we do? I can never do ceilings. Never do ceilings. To me, that's floor. I know some people use it in many other ways, but I've never been able to do ceilings very well. So I have no idea what to go with. I think the fact that it was a different colour kind of helped. Does make it look a little bit bigger. At least I think so. Nope, that's very alien-y, as is that one. Nope, they're the same texture. That just looks like the sky. Maybe, you know what, maybe we go with plain blue. Like that, I think. Try this. Let's try this. It's nice, and the fact that it's nice and bright, I think, helps. Yeah. Yeah, that actually, I think that is once again maybe acceptable. That is the extent of my standards, by the way. Is it acceptable? Sure, why not? As for the floor, I think I'll make you the fairly bright-ish. To me, this is floor, like I say. I think most people use this as a sort of wall texture, which I can definitely see. But I think I'm going to use it that way. Okay. Around here, what am I going to do? We've got all of these. I'm going to use these as like extra little texturing blocks for random parts. I'll tweak that later. Really just need to get this bit done, I think, and then I'd say I'm basically going to leave it there. So, what if I was to do... Start with this, going all the way around. Looks kind of steady. What if we do this the whole way around? Is that a bit... I think that works. So I just love this. You come around here and it looks so much bigger than it actually is. Like, it really gives this false sense of space. You think, oh, look at all that, it looks miles away. And nope, ow, you just face planted the wall. Yeah. Right, I need to go over the bits that it missed. I don't know why it does that. Oh, that's not it. There it is. There we go. Alright. Seems pretty alright. We need to do this little bit here, actually. I think I'd like to make this... yeah, illuminated floor going up of the silvery colour. Yeah. And we'll make you... this. Possibly the light blue. That. Yeah, that looks okay. And then, do you know what? I think we'll have you maybe a sort of landing like this. Is there a nicer one? I know there's this one here. It's like a pipe texture. Like generally one you tend to put pipes in, but like this, and this bit of the floor. Do something very plain with it like that. Okay. Alright, well, aside from the bits that are missing... yeah, I went for the dark blue. Do you know what? Just so it's more obvious blue. That light blue... I don't know. Like that blue. What if we made this blue that instead? So here we go. Do you know what? Let me save this first before I cry. Overwrite Saracen, thank you. Okay, let's quickly configure this. So we're going to copy this and put it on the... Probably not going to use this mid-orange colour. Let's paste that. Let's copy this. Paste that. Ooh. If I change the texture, because obviously these lines stand out too much, but if I change the texture, does that work? Yeah, I think it might. It doesn't work with all these lines here, I don't think, but if we make it a smoother texture, I think that would be better. And then I basically just make all of these maybe a slightly darker blue. Maybe I make them the light blue. Let's give it a go, actually. So configure, so you're the same as that. So if we go copy, and just for the sake of paste. Okay. How do you look? Wait, what are you? Okay, that didn't work. I guess not then, there's no need to do that. So, do you know what I think? I'm going to keep it like that. I think I am. Let's copy you, paste you there, copy you. What? Wait, what? Oh, okay. Copy, paste. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think I prefer it as that slightly darker blue. And these can be whatever you want. I think these are possibly that. Ugh, no you're not. Possibly that. No you're not. No you're not. No you're not. What shade of blue are you? Oh, hell no. It's not that either. Also, sorry, no, actually that should be like that. There we go. I have no idea what this is anymore. Oh, it's that one. Alright, I think it works. It's different enough from that. It's a slightly darker version, actually, isn't it? Yeah, I think we are. Either way, if you do have an opinion on it, then do let me know which blue you think is better. Is it this one? Or is it going to be this one? So I'm leaning towards this now. Kind of reminds me of the same blue in Command and Conquer Red Alert, like that. And this could be like a heavy tank, couldn't it? And it's a very, very heavy tank. Or the mammoth tank, actually, isn't it? And yeah, only because I've been playing that recently, so... Anyway. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there for now. And I'll be working on this quietly, just in the background, finishing it off, the interior, everything, basically, so it's ready for the playthrough. But yeah, that's it for now, for Empyrion, until we actually start with survival mode, finally, in the gigantic new galaxy that awaits with the hundreds and thousands of planets, many of which we're not going to explore because it's not possible. But we're going to have a lot of fun and blow a lot of stuff up with various new blueprints as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week for the start of Alpha 12 Survival.